So you want to know about the 31 planes of existence? Well, don't worry. There's no need to pack a suitcase. No passport required, no rocket ship either. Because these realms, dear friend, aren't found in outer space. They're found in inner space, right here, inside your own mind. Yes, the Buddha wasn't teaching astrology. He was teaching psychology. Not a flat map of the stars, but a living, breathing atlas of consciousness, mapped across every corner of your daily emotions, intentions, and choices. Why 31, and why should I care? Let me ask you something. Have you ever woken up joyful, everything feels light, peaceful, generous, and then by lunch you're angry, jealous, craving chocolate, and silently plotting your coworker's downfall? Congratulations! You've just traveled across multiple planes of existence, and you didn't even need to stand in airport security. See, these 31 realms aren't far-off heavens and hells. They're not fantasy. They're not fiction. They're states of being, direct reflections of the quality of your mind and the strength of your karma. As the Buddha said, with our thoughts we make the world. Dhammapada 1:1. So when we speak of devas in heavenly realms or pretas in hungry ghost states, we're also speaking of you, of me, of moments when our hearts expand with metta and moments when we shrink into selfishness, addiction, or despair. The lower realms, when the mind burns. Let's start at the bottom, shall we? Not because it's pleasant, but because it's honest. The 4 lowest realms, hell beings, animals, ghosts, and demons, are driven by pain, delusion, and deep karma. You don't need to believe in literal hells with pitchforks. Just think of someone trapped in violent rage, addiction, or chronic anxiety. Is that not a kind of hell? Or the hungry ghost realm, beings with giant bellies and tiny mouths. Ever seen someone endlessly scrolling TikTok, stuffing sensations into their brain yet never satisfied? That's Prita Loka, baby. Welcome aboard. Even the animal realm isn't only about dogs and cows. When we live mechanically, chasing pleasure, avoiding pain, without reflection or ethics, we've entered that realm in consciousness. These aren't punishments, they're reflections. Karma isn't a divine courtroom. It's the mirror of our own actions. The human realm, rare and precious. Now, among the 31 realms, the human world is special. It's not the most pleasurable, nor the most painful, but it's the most balanced. It's the Goldilocks zone of samsara. Enough suffering to wake up, enough clarity to practice, enough freedom to choose. That's why the Buddha said, hard it is to be born as a human being. Hard is the life of mortals. Dhammapada 182. He compared it to a blind turtle surfacing once every 100 years and happening to stick its head through a floating yoke on the vast ocean. That's the chance of being reborn human. So what do we do with this chance? Instagram? Ego? TikTok dances? Or Dhamma? Higher realms, the meditative heights. Above the human world, we find the Deva worlds, and beyond them, the Brahma worlds, realms of deep serenity, joy, and jhanic absorption. These are the results of vast merit, generosity, ethical living, and powerful meditations. Think of someone who's mastered their mind, radiates loving kindness, lives with integrity. Such beings are tasting the higher planes even now. But here's the kicker. Even these glorious realms decay. Even the brightest deva must one day fall, because whatever is subject to origination is also subject to cessation. Nibbāna Sutta. That's why the Buddha warns, don't cling, even to bliss. Because impermanence doesn't retire in heaven. It's still on the job. Samsara is not a circle. It's a whirlpool, pulling us back again and again through birth, death, rebirth, grief, joy, loss, gain. And the 31 planes are the currents of that whirlpool. They show us how karma flows and where it drags us.
But here's the part you must not miss. Nibbāna is outside the whirlpool. It's the still shore. Not the 30-second level, not a better vacation spot. It's the end of becoming. As the Buddha said, there is, monks, an unborn, unaging, uncreated, unconditioned. Were it not for this, there would be no escape from the born, the aging, the created, the conditioned. So what does this teach us? This isn't abstract metaphysics. This is practical psychology. This is ethics. This is mindfulness. The real question is not where will I go after I die, but rather where am I dwelling right now? Am I living like a hungry ghost or rising like a Brahma? Ask yourself daily, what realm is my mind inhabiting? What actions am I cultivating? What kind of future am I building moment by moment? Final reflections. Use the map to escape the maze. So, dear listener, the 31 planes of existence are not fantasy. They are the mirror of the mind. They warn us, they guide us, but ultimately, they remind us that any realm with birth is bound to end in death. So use this map, not to sightsee, but to wake up. Use it not to climb the ladder, but to step off the spinning wheel. Because as the forest monks say, even a golden cage is still a cage. Better a cracked bowl in freedom than a jeweled goblet in bondage. May your journey through these realms be wise. May your footsteps be mindful. And may you come to rest not in a higher realm, but in the freedom beyond all rounds. Nibbāna is not far. It is one breath away from clinging to letting go.